Welcome to One Shots, where we give you the latest breaking news, trending events, and spoiler talk. I'm Rock Talks, aka Leo Getz.
And I'm Costello, aka Sergeant Riggs. And right now we're going to spoil and discuss Daredevil Born Again episode 5 and 6, since Disney decided to do a double release this week.
So if you haven't seen the episodes yet, pause right here, go watch it, and then come back and join the conversation. But before we do that, guys, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and don't forget to like and share the video, and leave your comments down below.
So, Rocks, episode 5 is in, and no suit yet, but we got some action. And have you ever seen that movie from Denzel, Inside Man?
Inside Man.
It's with what's his called? This director, Spike Lee.
I might have seen it. It would have been a really long time. It's not really coming.
It's a heist. It's a heist movie.
Okay.
It's a heist movie where Denzel is the negotiator, and Clive Owen also is in the movie. He's the bank robber.
Okay.
And they were also looking for a jewel. It was a ring, but it was a big fucking ring. And I couldn't help notice similarities on the bank scene, because the structure of the bank, it kind of looked like the same type of bank, the same street here and there. Maybe they used the same location. I don't know. But overall, I liked. First of all, I love the F-bombs. Thank you.
Yeah, they didn't hold back at all.
You're learning. I'm proud of you,
Disney. They didn't hold back at all.
Keep up the good work. That's how you do it, Disney. That's how you do it. Keep it up. I'm proud of you. Points for you. Feige, good boy. And obviously, they mentioned Kamala Khan. So Kamala's dad usually was in the show. He is the assistant bank manager. For full transparency, I did not see Miss Marvel. I have no interest in watching Miss Marvel, but I know who the guy is, and that is Kamala's dad.
Yeah, as soon as they said the name Khan, I put two and two together when they were showing the little Funko Pop of Miss Marvel. I was like, okay, that's her dad. I get it. I haven't seen the show, okay, but still, as a genuine comic book fan, I can put two and two together.
Obviously, yeah. I liked that. I like that joke, when the terrorist is telling the negotiator, "Hey, make me laugh," and she's like trying to throw an Irish joke and with that Irish accent, and obviously, St. Patrick's Day, so okay, interesting.
The leprechaun nun.
yeah, there you go, exactly. Yeah, I like the fact that even though with Daredevil, Matt Murdock keeps his cool. I like how he was like really keeping the bank manager cool. He was keeping him calm. You know what I mean? He was guiding him on what to do, telling him to stall, take as much time as waste as much time as you possibly can, because he's trying to wait for the police to get in line to do what they needed to do. So I really liked that. And again, we talked last week about Matt struggling to let that darker side of him out. And by the time we get to the end of this episode, bro, he basically let the devil out. He let that guy have it. Completely destroyed him. Destroyed his face. What was that? He got glass in his face. Yeah,
is that what it was?
He broke
his knees. Yep, or his knee. Yeah, dude, he didn't hold back. So I think
like it's the fact when Matt is like telling the guy, hey, I gotta go to the John, whatever, and he's walking, and then like goes through the stairs, the tick out on the stairs, and then he grabs the shotgun, and boom.
That was a really, really cool fight scene. I love how he was able to stop the shotgun right before it fell, and he's choking the guy out at the same time. That was so cool. And then as he lets him go, he rips off his mask. Yeah, that was really well done. I got to give Disney their props with that.
They're learning. They're learning. Obviously, it's not the same tone as the Netflix, but okay, we know it's Disney, but they're learning. They're learning to listen, because this is the pilot. Because remember, they're going to do the Punisher next, the Punisher presentation. That is going to be, dude. They're going to go all in on that prison.
So is that going to be like a 1 hour special or a two?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
It's going to be like Werewolf by Night.
Okay, cool. I'd check that out for sure.
Oh yeah, no, that one's going to be like John Berthel's already told us, like
he's going to give us a true adaptation of the Punisher. Like he's like, I love the fact that he's owning the Frank Castle persona, his character.
Mhm.
So awesome. But overall, yeah, this episode was cool. Obviously, again, we did not see Daredevil suit up yet, but he's warming up because, like you said, the devil is finally coming out to play.
Mhm. He put on a mask, just not the one that we all wanted to see. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he did put on a mask, and he did reap some revenge, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Also, the fact that Matt was able to like tell to these terrorists, "Hey, take the husband," instead because they were trying to get rid of him because obviously they thought, "Oh, he's impaired, he's blind." He's like, "Don't pity me because
don't pity me." Yep.
I was like, "Yes, that's my boy, that's my boy." And,
what was the? I wanted to ask you. What was? Did you know anything about the ring, about the jewelry that they were trying to steal?
Okay,
the diamond. That's what it was.
All right, I'm gonna explain. I have a theory. Again, I'm just following, but based on what I read on Devil's Reign. So, in the comic series of Devil's Reign, obviously we know Fisk is already the mayor. Duh, same thing in the show.
Mhm.
But in the comics, Fisk was controlling people because. Do you know who the Purple Man is?
No.
Okay, so the Purple Man is a guy who pretty much the closer you are to the guy, he can pretty much control your. He can pretty much mind control you.
Okay.
So if he says, "Hey, bend down, jump, or whatever," you have no choice. You just have to. You lose your free will, basically.
Okay.
So in the comic, the Purple Man was captured, and they try to absorb the Purple Man's energy into a diamond. So Fisk has a cane with a big diamond. Okay, so anytime he holds that cane and he says something to that person, it's like a brainwash saying, so let's say, "Hey, I need you to jump over this hill," you jump, and that person has no choice, he's going to jump in the hill or whatever. So it's a mind control tool in the comics. I don't know if that diamond is also part of this. I don't know. That's the only reference that I could put 2 and 2 together with a diamond. It could be something else. I don't know. But
so do you think that, because like obviously the guys who were pulling off the bank heist, they had a boss, right? They kept referencing their boss. Do you think that boss was Wilson Fisk?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
Or maybe it was Vanessa.
Maybe. That would be an interesting spin.
So overall, yeah. So far, so good. I'm liking the show. Obviously, I want more suit.
Yes,
but
yes.
Obviously, now this week it's 2 episodes. So now that we've spoiled episode 5, we're gonna move on to episode 6 now. But before we move to episode 6, Rox, what's your final take on this episode?
I really enjoyed it. It was a well done episode. Reminded me of all those bank heist movies I've seen over the years. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. I give the episode, like, let's say an 8 out of 10 if I were to give it a score.
Yeah, same. 8 out of 10. So Rox, episode 6, and finally we got some Daredevil's back. But a lot happened here. So, did you catch a certain
swordsman?
Yes,
I did. Yes.
Okay, so obviously that was a little bit of a cameo type at the beginning of the episode, but the swordsman is Jack Duquesne. And for all you guys who don't know, he was in the show Hawkeye. So he was Kate Bishop's mother's fiance. So he was almost Kate Bishop's stepdad in a way. Mm-hmm. So it's no surprise to me that he is still in the MCU because Kate's mom was involved with Kingpin.
Yeah.
So the fact that I see Duquesne now showing up here and also giving Fisk a little bit of a warning, like, hey, don't go this path because we know what you're trying to do, blah, blah, blah. You know, typical political fundraising, what have you, whatever. So
yeah.
Other than that, dude, Muse, obviously.
Big part of this episode, yep.
Big part of it. And we nailed it on our last review. We were talking about who the hell is Muse because I didn't know who he was either. And it's confirmed.
He's
Draining
basically
blood?
like collecting blood, and he's using it to paint these murals all throughout Hell's Kitchen, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And also, one thing that kind of struck me is, okay, so Fisk is obviously want to take this trying to take this, firsthand, and he selects a
Task force, yep. Mm-hmm. So
Same
he
thing.
basically he got the most corrupt cops he could find, all of like the worst of New York, and he put them on this task force. So that pep talk that he gave them was quite interesting.
It was, yeah. Now so you have a theory of those bets. Please share that theory with the people.
So my theory is that it's going to end up being that Frank's logo, the Punisher logo, is going to end up being on those vests, because we saw that. Like I said, my theory is that they're basically setting up Frank, because when we saw White Tiger get murdered, we all assumed it was the Punisher, right? But I had a theory even back then. I said, no, it's not him. It's probably an imposter. So now I'm thinking that they're going to throw the logo. They're going to throw Punisher's logo on the task force vests.
Yeah, I can agree with that theory. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, just like we talked before, parallels. Like they're both Fisk and Daredevil. They can't hold it anymore. Their inner demon. They just can't.
It just has to come out.
It has to come out.
Boy, did I feel bad for Adam. He took such a beating, bro. Such a beating. And it was like Fisk gave him the axe. Like, so you see Fisk coming down into his, like, I guess it's like his dungeon, his lair, right? Yeah. And he's got that axe, and you're just thinking, oh man, like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna straight up like murder him? No, dude. He gives him the axe as an equalizer. And it was like he just needed a reason to just beat the shit out of him, because he's not gonna beat a guy who's not fighting back, right? So he just gave him the axe, and and then just proceeded to beat the crap out of him. The poor kid, the poor guy got destroyed.
What I like about this is that Fisk, like on the beginning, also like when I forgot the guy's name, Luca goes also to the mayor's office and tells Fisk, "Hey, I don't want the money, blah blah blah," and all that crap. Mm-hmm. It's like he's like baiting Fisk to like. He's just poking him, he's poking Fisk to like react as the Kingpin. Let the Kingpin out and play, because Matt Murdock, Wilson Fisk, Daredevil, Kingpin, two personas that are being kept away, locked in a cage, like we said, and they can't contain it anymore. And I love the fact, like when they're like at the beginning, so I keep forgetting the psychiatrist's name, dude.
I keep forgetting her name too. So it's Matt's girlfriend. She's basically
Matt's girlfriend. And he's like, so she wants to do interviews with vigilantes. She's like, oh yeah, like, can you hook me up with Frank Castle? And he's like, you know what? That's such a good idea. He's still sour. He's still sour for what he did to him.
But did you see how quickly his his face and his whole dynamic and look shifted the second she said, "What about Daredevil?"
Oh yeah,
right.
For a second, I thought she was going to say Spider-Man, because like he defended. Oh wait, but no, I think that's no more, because on Spider-Man 3,
nobody knows who Spider-Man is. Nobody knows who Peter Parker is, right? So the way I think you got to look at it is Matt defended Peter. So Matt would be he's basically affected by the spell, and he wouldn't know who Peter is anymore. So
that makes sense. What else do you see here on the episode? So obviously Vanessa, so Fisk is going to this party, as we mentioned, and he meets Duquesne as well, and Vanessa's like trying to like pretty much advise him like how to handle the situation here and there.
And you can see he's open to it. You can see that,
but he still has his guard up.
He does definitely still have his guard up, but you can see that he's becoming a bit more comfortable. That's kind of the vibe I was getting. Like you could see he kept on looking over at her, and he kept kind of. It just seemed like it seems like he wants to forgive her for what she did, but I don't know if Fisk is going to be able to do that, man.
Well, I think the fact that that's why he went and beat Adam up again, because he needed to lose some steam, and the only way to do it is and just go nuts.
So do you think Adam's gonna? Do you think he survived that? Like I know Fisk dragged him back into the prison, I guess you could say, but I don't know, man. He just took such a beating. He put him through a wall, dude.
Yeah, he went through the wall. Yeah, he drags him back into the cage. He might be alive. I don't know. Did we see any proof of life? Did you?
I'm pretty sure he was slightly moving after Fisk dragged him back in there, but like if he's alive, it's just barely, dude. It's like Fisk did permanent damage, and this is what I'm thinking. Is my theory was that if Vanessa finds out what Fisk did, she's gonna leave because she's not gonna be able to forgive him. That's what I think is gonna happen. So,
yeah, that's true. What else did I like about this episode? Okay, so White Tiger's niece. I forgot her name also.
Yep. She was a big part. Yep, she was a big part of this episode. She gets kidnapped by Muse, and I guess what ends up happening is Matt gets a phone call from her aunt. She had nobody else to call. Was it her aunt?
I think it was her mom.
Her mom was it her or was her mom?
We'd have to go back and rewatch that, but it's a family relative.
A family member, calls.
Family member calls Matt, say, "Hey, she hasn't gone home." Blah blah blah, and Matt calls up 911, and he's like,
"Fuck it."
Oh, that went. Oh, dude, I jumped when he said that. I was like, Disney again. Thank you. You see, Disney, it's not hard to F-bomb once in a while.
Oh, they've been doing it quite a bit in these last couple episodes, I noticed.
They're learning their lesson.
So Matt gets the suit, throws it back on, and he's swinging through the city, and he's keeping his ear open, I guess. And eventually,
what kind of reminded me? It's like when Muse is in the tunnel, and then he sees the train go, and he sees the red light, and you see Matt running, Daredevil running. I don't know, but it kind of felt like a Batman moment, with the grappling gun and just swinging right and just doing a takedown like in the Arkham games.
That one kick that he did, where it was like a front forward kick. Did you see that? That was incredible,
dude. I don't know if this is me, but is he more agile now? Maybe it's just the stunt coordinator, but I felt like this fight sequence he was more agile than in previous. It's in the previous show.
His fighting, in my opinion, seems a little bit more Marvel, a little bit more fantastical. You know what I mean? Okay. A little bit more exaggerated in this show than I thought it was in the Netflix show. You got to remember, the Netflix show was very grounded. Very. They tried to make it as realistic as possible. At the end of the day, this show is still taking place in the MCU. So they can exaggerate the fight scenes a little bit when it comes to this.
No, but either way, they're keeping it as grounded as possible. So kudos.
Oh, yeah, yes. I'm not saying it's not grounded. No, I'm not saying it's not grounded, but I definitely think the fighting is exaggerated.
But you did make a very valid point. They have to give it that little fantastic flavor, just a little like sprinkles on a Sunday or something like that. Yeah, just little sprinkles here, make it a little MCU-y. But okay, fine. Overall, I love the fight. I love the fact that he's like, fuck it, it's done. The devil's out. Let's go play. And boom, 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 boom. And later, like the girl's just like, Daredevil? Yes, I'm here. It's like, oh yes, I felt like yes.
So what I didn't catch was, I guess Muse escaped, right? He had to let Muse go in order to save. What's her name again?
I forgot her name. That's fine. Well, I got too excited. Like we watch it and we come and record this, but whatever. We'll guys. If you,
I'm gonna give it a second watching. So
yeah, we're never gonna watch. I'm definitely gonna watch it. This episode, I'm gonna watch again. definitely.
Yeah.
You know, but overall, episode 5 and 6 for today. I love it. Thank you for giving us two. Disney fed us very well this week, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So
2 episodes. Yep. So
episodes.
If you had to give it a score, what would you give it, Phil?
This episode?
Yeah.
Fuck it. 9.
9?
I give it a 9. Yes. I give this a 9 because, again, you gave me back Daredevil in action. I loved how he's like jumping through the roof and then swinging his wire. And dude, I was like, yes, finally. Because, dude, we've only seen him on the suit. This is the second time. Suit up.
Yep, second time.
So we had episode 1 and now episode 6. Suit up as Daredevil.
Yeah, you know what? I'd probably give this one an 8. As I think I gave the episode 5 an 8. I'm going to give this one an 8 as well. Yeah, I think I found the beginning of it a little bit. It was just a little hard for me to keep up at the beginning. Hard for me to really get into it the first 15 minutes or so. It wasn't really until the swordsman showed up where I really started to I puckered up in my seat and started paying a little bit more attention to what was going on. But yeah, once the episode got going, Matt putting the suit back on, the whole fight with Muse, all that, it was awesome. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for me.
Now, about that task force, about the corrupt cops, Devil's Reign. I'm like, yes, Devil's Reign, because Fisk used the Thunderbolts on the comic run as his enforcers. You know.
So who knows? There might be an opportunity for them to pop up somewhere down the line in this show. You never know.
You never know.
So, guys, what do you think about these last 2 episodes? Were you excited to see Matt finally let the devil loose? And what about the returning characters from Miss Marvel and Hawkeye?
And do you guys think Adam survived that beating, or is he done? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time on One Shots.